Hello, good morning all. Welcome to this e-class on the topic thermodynamic and kinetic aspect of metal complexes. So in the previous lecture, we learned about the substitution nucleophilic unimolecular mechanism. Now today we are going to discuss SN2 mechanism, that is substitution nucleophilic biomolecular reaction. Here the entering ligand Y, you can see on the screen, it gets coordinated to the complex, and now the intermediate of increased coordination number is then rapidly dissociates to give the substitution product. ठीक है, तो वो जो फर्स्ट स्टेप है बीइंग स्लोअर इज़ द RDS रेट डिटरमिनिंग स्टेप. तो हम अगर इन दो स्टेप्स को यहाँ पे स्क्रीन पे शो कर रहे हैं तो यू कैन सी दैट फर्स्ट रिएक्शन इज़ MXN+Y, जिसमें कि आपको एक बड़ी वी कोऑर्डिनेशन संख्या का इंटरमीडिएट कॉम्प्लेक्स MXN_Y मिल रहा है. नाउ इन द सेकंड फर्स्ट स्टेप इट गेट्स डिसोसिएटेड टू गिव यू द MXN-1Y plus X. So the rate of substitution reaction here will be equal to the rate of formation of intermediate complex. So as the rate of the reaction is dependent on the concentration of both the reactant, here you can see that rate is equal to K2 MXN and concentration of Y. यानी कि रेट जो है it is depend on the concentration of both the reactants, right? तो here यहाँ पे it must be noted that while kinetic study of reaction is a valuable guide to the mechanisms, but the results obtained can not always be interpreted with the help of molecular of the reaction. देखिए आप यहाँ पे रिएक्शन को देखेंगे तो रिएक्शन जो है वो जो है the order of the reaction जो है it is not necessarily the same as the molecularity of the critical step in the reaction path. ठीक है, तो एक्चुअल जो है रेट डिटरमिनिंग, आप एक और रिएक्शन यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि जहाँ पे कि रैपिड इक्विलिब्रियम इज फर्स्ट सेटअप MXY में MX6+Y it gets you another intermediate MX6Y, जो कि एक स्लो रिएक्शन में गेट्स डिसोसिएटेड इनटू MX5Y plus X. हाँ, तो स्लोअर स्टेप जो है इट इज़ द एलिमिनेशन ऑफ X फ्रॉम द इंटरमीडिएट एसोसिएटेड स्पीशीज MXY. ठीक है ना, जो कि इंटरमीडिएट है उसमें से एलिमिनेशन होके आपको फाइनल प्रोडक्ट MXY मिल रहा है. तो एक्चुअल RDS जो है रेट डिटरमिनिंग स्टेप है यहाँ पे है इट इज़ अ स्लोअर वन विच इज़ यूनिमोलिकुलर, राइट? बट द रेट लॉ जो है इट विल इवॉल्व द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ बोथ द रिएक्टेंट MX6 एज वेल एज द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ Y. तो क्या हो गया, ओवरऑल कौन से ऑर्डर की रिएक्शन हो गई? सेकेंड ऑर्डर रिएक्शन हो गई, है ना. तो यहाँ पे जो है रिएक्शन सीम्स टू बी यूनिमोलिकुलर बट द ऑर्डर ऑफ द रिएक्शन इज सेकेंड ऑर्डर, इट इज सेकेंड ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. So from the detailed study of the substitution reaction of coordination compound, now we have come to know that SN1 and SN2 represent the limiting mechanism, and they are found in very few cases. It must be more. Why? This is because a true SN1 mechanism जो है it requires that during the weakening of MX bond, which eventually leads to the rupture of the bond, there is no interaction between the complex and the reactant Y. The moment dissociation of the coordination compound is complete, giving you the intermediate of reduced coordination number. तो Y जो है comes into action leading to the required product. Similarly, necessary condition for a true SN2 mechanism is that while the entering group Y is strengthening its ties with the complex, MX bond is not weakened. This is not logical. Actually, most of the reactions they occur by a mechanism which is intermediate between the two extremes. This does not mean a reaction proceeding by a mixture of SN1 and SN2 steps. That means simply means that the bond breaking and the bond formation processes they are taking place simultaneously. एक साथ हो रही हैं ना. तो जो है it is not a mixture, it is they both the processes they are taking place simultaneously. Still, another pathway may be visualized for the substitution reaction. Um, Here you can see there is a four-centered mechanism in which two acid-base complexes simultaneously exchange group. You can see on the screen. So, in the unimolecular and the bimolecular reactions discussed above, the existence of free X, which is formed by dissociation. So, existence of free X or Y is required. However, the four-centered mechanism offers good explanation for these cases in which X and Y is very unstable as a free particle, where the bond Mx or M dash Y is very covalent, so that the dissociation into ions is difficult, and where the solvent effect is absent. यानी कि पानी नहीं है, एक्वस मीडियम में नहीं हो रही है, so that the X and Y cannot be stabilized by solution. But this mechanism requires that M, X, M dash and Y be able to expand their coordination number by one each. So, for example, in the reaction given here on the screen, the interchange reaction between the alkali mercury and mercury chloride dichloride, they probably proceed by the four center mechanism. देखिए आप स्क्रीन पे. Thus, the terms SN1 and SN2 misguide in the sense that the former tends to suggest that the rate is to be dependent of Y concentration of Y reactant, है ना, यानी कि unimolecular, है ना, and the later SN2 implies that the rate law is dependent on the concentration of both the reactants MLX, ML6 or MX6 and Y, यानी कि concentration of both the reactant. So this may or may not be case, and hence the results are not definite. तो जो symbols हैं SN1, SN2, they are rarely used today, even if a reaction proceeds by the dissociative or associative step. So now now these days, new terminologies which initially do not form any idea about the rate law have been suggested. So what we see now that ये जो है there is a new classification, that D mechanism, यानी कि which is comparable to SN1 limiting mechanism, but does not carry the same implication as to the observed rate law. यानी कि जो rate है it need not be dependent on concentration of Y, right? In contrast, the intermediate of reduced coordination number is assumed to live long enough to be able to discriminate between the potential ligands in its vicinity, including the one just lost X, the new one Y जो कि Y जुड़ रहा है आके यहाँ पे, and also the solvent molecules. So though ML dissociation जो है it is complete before the ML dash bond formation at very low concentration of ligand SL dash, there will be a competition by L and L dash of the intermediate, and only at high concentration of the second ligand L dash will the rate be same regardless of the identity or the concentration of L dash. देखिए पुराना बॉन्ड टूटने में देर तो लगेगी, है ना, देयर विल बी सम एफिनिटी फॉर द ओल्डर लिगेंड, जबकि आने वाला लिगेंड जो है इट इज़ ट्राइंग टू रिप्लेस दैट लिगेंड, L dash is trying to replace L. So this can be shown by employing the well-known steady rate approximation for ML5 to the equations given here on the screen. तो देखिए जो ML6 है ना, there is you can see there is a equilibrium reaction on the screen, तो you get ML5 plus L. तो ML5 है, it combines with both L as well as the incoming ligand L dash. So in the second reaction you can see that ml5 plus L dash, now it gives you ml5 plus L dash concentration. So ultimately what we see is that the rate of formation of ml5 L dash is equal to क्या K2 ml5 L dash, concentration of both the reactants. तो the rate यहाँ पे it clearly depends upon the concentration of L dash, incoming entering ligand L dash, as well as on the ml6 reactant, जो initial अपना reactant है, indicating what, second order kinetics. अब जब L dash बहुत large हो जाएगा in comparison to concentration of initial ligand L, so now we can say that rate law is equal to K2 concentration multiplied by concentration of entering ligand L dash. ठीक है, तो this now ultimately what we find, it is equal to, you can see on the screen that जो rate है rate of reaction for the ml5 L dash is equal to K1 ml6 concentration. So in both the cases you can see a first order kinetics. Thus we see that though the substitution reaction initially proceeds with complete dissociation of ml6 complex, this cannot necessarily be interpreted by kinetic studies. So hence the same SN1 reaction for such a mechanism may be misguiding. That's why we have given it a new name, a D mechanism. Now we come to the ID mechanism, that is the dissociative interchange mechanism. तो यहाँ पे the transition state involves the considerable extension of ML bond, जो कि completely rupture नहीं हुआ है ना, together with some incipient interaction with the incoming ligand L dash, forming a kind of V complex, क्या, ml6 L dash. So you can see on the screen that the complex ml6L dash is called an ion pair if ml6 is a cation and L dash is an anion. It is otherwise an outer sphere complexes. So now we come to the another classification, that is IA mechanism. IA mechanism क्या है? Here you can see this is interchange associative. इस केस में क्या होगा कि here also the transition state is represented by ml6L dash, but with the difference that the ml dash bond formation is important in comparison to the ml bond. Both the processes they are taking simultaneously, and the interchange of ligands between the inner and the next nearest coordination space they are taking place. तो जो डैश 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 बताया है यहाँ पे, this you can see on the screen, the intermediate is being represented by this ml5 dash 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 dotted by a dotted line L, है ना. तो this indicate, dotted line indicates weakening of bond only and not any coordinating sphere. Now we come to A mechanism. In this extreme mechanism, an intermediate complex ml6L dash with the strongest possible ml dash bond is first formed, which is then followed by ml bond weakening. So here the rate law is represented by, the rate of the reaction is expressed by, you can see K multiplied by the concentration of both the reactants ml6L was the entering ligand L dash. So there is a continuous gradation from D through increasingly associated interchanges to A, and hence no sharp boundary can be drawn between the two mechanisms. And in practice, it is therefore difficult to try to give an exact description. तो None of the experimental criterion which are used to describe mechanism, they are definitive and they fail to give reliable information at one or the other condition. ठीक है, तो क्योंकि जो now what we find is that कि जो SN1 and SN2 mechanism हैं, they cannot be taken as the final steps. स्ट्रिक्टली जो है हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि कोई रिएक्शन जो है सब्स्टिट्यूशन न्यूक्लियोफिलिक यूनिमोलिकुलर है या सब्स्टिट्यूशन न्यूक्लियोफिलिक बायोमोलिकुलर है. यू हैव सो मैनी स्टेप्स टू एक्सप्लेन दैम. ठीक है, तो व्हाट वी फाइंड, डी मैकेनिज्म है, डिसोसिएटिव इंटरचेंज मैकेनिज्म है, एसोसिएटिव इंटरचेंज मैकेनिज्म है, एंड देन एसोसिएटिव ए मैकेनिज्म है. तो through all these मैकेनिज्म स्पष्ट है कि कोई भी इनके मध्य कोई भी जो सुनिश्चित सीमा है उनको उसको हम निर्धारित नहीं कर सकते हैं ना. तो चारों के चारों मैकेनिज्म जो हैं वो सब्स्टिट्यूट होने वाले एमएक्स बॉन्ड के दुर्बल होने और इंटरिंग लिगेंड आने वाले लिगेंड के साथ जो एम वाई बंध का निर्माण हो रहा है और उसकी जो स्ट्रेंथ है उसकी सीमा पर निर्भर करते हैं ना. यदि एम वाई बंध का निर्माण आरंभ होने से पहले ही एम एक्स बॉन्ड लगभग पूर्णतः टूट जाए या एम वाई बंध जो है पूर्ण रूप से बन जाने के पश्चात एम एक्स बॉन्ड की बॉन्ड लेंथ बढ़ना स्टार्ट हुए आरंभ हुए, तो ये सभी जो है लिमिटिंग मैकेनिज्म है जिसको कि हम जो है रिस्पेक्टिवली डी या ए मैकेनिज्म के द्वारा हम एग्जिबिट कर सकते हैं. लेकिन इस प्रकार भी बहुत कम रिएक्शंस देखने को मिलती हैं. तो ज़्यादातर जो रिएक्शंस होती हैं, सब्स्टिट्यूशन रिएक्शंस होती हैं, वो क्या होती हैं, इंटरमीडिएट स्थिति को प्रकट करती हैं जिसमें कि बंध का दुर्बल होना या बंध निर्माण होना और उसका मजबूत होना, ये सारी प्रोसेसेस साथ साथ चलती हैं. फिर भी दोनों में से जो बंध सबसे अधिक महत्वपूर्ण होता है उसके आधार पे आईडी या आईए है ना, इंटरचेंज डिसोसिएटिव या इंटरचेंज एसोसिएटिव मैकेनिज्म निर्धारित कर दी जाती हैं. तो चारों मैकेनिज्म में डी मैकेनिज्म से लेके ए मैकेनिज्म तक की में जो एम वाई बंध है ना, उसकी प्रबलता लगातार बढ़ती रहती है. तो यह भी यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना आवश्यक है कि किसी भी रिएक्शन की मैकेनिज्म को बताने के लिए उपयोग में लाए जाने वाले कोई भी जो क्राइटेरियंस हैं वो पर्टिकुलर नहीं होते हैं, है ना. तो विद दिस अभी भी जब हम काइनेटिक्स की जब बात करते हैं तो हम एक प्रैक्टिकल वे में जब हम बात करते हैं तो वी रिप्रेजेंट द रिएक्शन बाय order of the reaction, है ना, first order reaction, second order reaction. So in the next lecture we will learn about the various terms used to describe the mechanism, kinetics mechanism of an oxidation or reduction mechanism, whatever it is, what terms are used to describe these. So in the next lecture we will cover that. See you there. Goodbye.